everyone, and welcome to the Good Woo. So, the antidote to fear. If you think about it, the reason why we fear the unknown future is because we don't think we can handle it. But what would happen if we knew that we could handle whatever life was to present to us? Try that on for a second. What if you truly believed that no matter what was to come, that you were strong enough to handle it, that you were resilient enough to get through it, and that you're creative enough to find solutions or outlets or strong enough emotionally to handle no matter what may be taken from you or what you may have to confront? That is the power of self-trust. Because for me, when I first learned this concept, I was shocked at how my literal limbic system responded. That the idea that if I truly trusted myself to handle whatever came forth, then I stopped obsessing about what may come. I stopped fearing the future because I knew that no matter what would come, I would be able to stand there and find the next best step. Self-trust is not something that we're taught directly. This is interesting because to trust yourself, in many ways, you have to trust a higher power. It goes hand in hand. And if you're raised in religious environments, sometimes the idea of a higher power can have a negative connotation as you grow out of those systems. So let's just take it back to the very basics. My experience with this was if there were certain situations that I was thinking about, this future forecasting of, oh my God, what if this happens? And, oh, that's going to be so this or that. And how am I going to deal with it? Instead of going to that place, which takes up so much energy that I could be giving to the people I love, energy that I could use to be creative, I simply accepted that I don't know what will come, but that I will know what to do each time something comes up that may challenge me. And that even that worst case scenario, I would be able to handle. Because I do want to continue on this journey, no matter how chaotic it may be. And I do want to be here to help others and serve. So no matter how bad the scenario, I will rise to that occasion. This is definitely what we're being forced into right now, right? It is not easy. Look, I'm even physically, it's not easy to think and accept the fact that we don't know what comes next. But isn't there a sense of relief and relaxation when you go, I don't know, but I know I'm strong enough to handle it. And I don't know, but I know that it's how I look at it that is going to create the outcome that I want, no matter what comes my way. Now, this leads me to, and I'm actually going to pull up this quote, this leads me to, we're dealing with a pandemic, and the fear of losing people we love to this virus, or even losing our own life, is real, and it's up for all of us. So I'm going to quote Yoda. He says to Anakin, "The fear of loss is a path to the dark side. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose." I also believe this is what we're being faced with right now. That for instance, I'm afraid of losing my mother who's 80 and has a compromised immune system for a number of reasons. It's natural. Of course it's natural. But the thing about loss, when we really go into it, in a higher perspective, we sort of step out of it, oftentimes it's not the thing or person or situation or relationship we fear losing. It's how we think that person, relationship, or circumstance makes us feel. And we don't want to lose that feeling. we feel like we won't be able to generate that feeling for ourselves. So we give our power away to that person, place, or thing. Now, this calls for, this is a tall order, but I think it's worth exploring right now, because the more we can let go of that fear of loss, and again, go to that place of, I will be able to handle anything that comes my way, because I am the one who provides my sense of joy. I am the one who provides my sense of contentment. I am the one who gives myself a sense of meaning and purpose. I am the one who nurtures myself. Then every situation is manageable. Every situation is just an opportunity to expand and to grow, and to be challenged to be your best self. How much can you rely on yourself? How much can you trust yourself? How much can you believe in yourself right now? To figure out what's going to, how are you going to make ends meet financially? How are you going to get the food that you need? How are you going to wipe your butt? You can handle it. And if we do experience loss, we can handle that as well. I speak of this because I have someone who has lost many people in my life. I've had a long relationship with grief. And this concept of, wait a second, it's more of how that person made me feel that I miss. So how can I make myself feel that way? I lost my sister at a very early age. I was 4. She was 16. And, for young children, teenagers are like, they're like movie stars, gods and goddesses. They're just the coolest. And the sense of her being taken from me really put a huge dent in my psyche that I still grapple with. But this concept of, well, how did she make me feel? She made me feel warm and excited, and I looked up to her. She was so beautiful. I was so inspired by her. There was a sense of magic around her. Everyone loved her. I loved learning from her. I loved watching people around her. I was so curious about what it was like to be that age and to be that beautiful. So the question was then, to get over this grief that was extended for decades, how do I give that to myself? How can I be that for myself? It's probably, one of the reasons why I went into the entertainment industry, because of that je ne sais quoi I couldn't describe about her that I was chasing for, maybe to find it in myself. So let's listen to Yoda. We're right now in a dark moon phase. We have a new moon overnight. As we all sleep, it will become exact. This new moon is really going to initiate our vision for this new world that we're creating. But today and tonight, let go. How much can you let go of these old paradigms? And yes, there are the stages of grief, you guys. The denial. People are still denying that we're in a pandemic. Of course they are. It's awful, right? And then the anger, right, that comes up. That may really start coming up this week for a lot of us. Just the anger and the frustration of what we're losing, of the opportunities we feel like we've lost. But on the other side of this, we're also gaining so many more opportunities. It's the old opportunities, what we defined as success and movement forward. It's all dying. And the idea of what society has been, it's all dying. Let's not hold on to it in a way that impedes our ability to see the vision of what we want for the future, because it's really going to start making itself clear. So the more that you can let go, the more you're going to see and understand what you want for your future and where you need and want to go. It's the acceptance after that, why am I having to do this? I didn't want this, right? After that moment, when you can let go and let all that heat dissipate, this week we're really going to see some beauty start to take shape within, and a redefinition of what achieving is going to be, and who we are as a species. So tonight, let it go. Listen to Yoda, right? We can love without attaching our sense of stability, our meaning, our happiness, and our sense of security. It has to come from within. And what does security mean has to now be redefined. So Yoda is going to be our totem for that. So maybe watch some Star Wars today. I hope you guys enjoyed viewing this. Please like, subscribe to the channel. Of course, head to the website, because there I am offering one-on-one services to help everybody who needs help, who needs some guidance, get through this time. You can see that on the website under the services tab. So many blessings to you all. Thank you for viewing.